Happy New Year and welcome to the Let's Talk with Paula show. And I hope that everyone had a blessed Christmas, and I hope that you had a wonderful New Year's and you watched the ball come down in New York. And I hope that everybody, they haven't had the problems of their pipes bursting in their homes with this cold spell that we've been going through. So my son laughed at me before I introduced my guest. I just, I always want to give you a tip. Channel 9, like I said, I don't have no stock in Channel 9, but that's what I watch. So we get ready to get warm, and then we're gonna get cold again. So for real, if the drip for the water that's where the sink is on the outside of the wall, okay, you need to drip. The bathroom on the first floor, you need to drip. You need to open up your cabinet so that the heat can go through the house and make sure that the heat goes and gets to those pipes underneath the sink. So I'm telling you, if you do that, I mean, our water bills, the utilities are gonna make a killing off of us, okay? Because the heat is up, the water's dripping, but it's far better for you to do those two things than to have to pay for them to pay for burst pipes, okay? So now I'm gonna introduce you to my guests. You saw them a year ago. They have grown since then. They've done a lot of things since then. And I'm just so happy to have them to be my first guest of 2018. And so I want you to, I want to introduce to you Nick and Dre X. And so, Nick, I need you to remind them of what you do.
Well, I am an entertainer, but in this instance, I'm also a rap artist.
Mm-hmm. And when you say entertainer, what does that mean?
Meaning, I can do...
You can dance?
Yes, I can dance. I can act, produce. I could basically do multimedia.
Yeah, that's what people need to know, because just being a rap artist, when I know that you do more, you have your own studio, right, in your house?
Well, something like that, a little setup.
Yeah. So, you guys do your own, I'm gonna get to you, Dre, but you do your own beats, right?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay. All right. So now I want you to talk to you for a second, Dre X. Okay. Right. And I'm glad you made yourself a little different than all these other Dre's out here. So it's nobody else that's Dre X, either Dr. Dre or you. Somebody else, Dre, or whatever. Yeah. So you just made yourself.
I mean, for me, Dre X was perfect because, like I said, like the stuff that I talk about in my music is different. Like, I'm when it comes to music,
because you're talking now, you're coming up the mic.
When it comes to music, I talk about more like political stuff and like racism, and it kind of reminds me of Malcolm X. So one day, just decided when me and Nick was coming up with rap names, just like, all right, what are we gonna do now? Like Dre X.
Yeah, and I think it's a wonderful name for what y'all talk about. So what else do you do besides just rap?
I'm a volunteer firefighter.
Oh, go ahead. Yay! Yeah. Hats off to you. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I guess you can say I'm a fitness junkie.
Okay. Because we can tell.
Yeah. I enjoy working out in the gym all the time, or body training. Okay. But other than that, yeah, I'm a volunteer firefighter, rapping, you know.
But do you rap for your fellow firefighters in the fire room? Man. In the station?
No.
Man, you gotta try to get them to be your audience.
I'm low key with that, you know.
Man, I tell you, you need to get them firefighters on board with you so they can start watching you and following you, because y'all got some good stuff that's out there. Yeah. So you also write beats too, right? Lyrics.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, and you do your own lyrics,
yeah.
Right? Okay, people need to know that, yes. Okay, because a lot of people have ghostwriters for them, you know, and you think that they write their own music and they're not, you know, and you two guys are two young guys and you writing your own music, you're writing a lot of your own beats, you know. Even though you have a videographer, but the concept, if you go out there and look at you guys on YouTube, you know, and the credits, I can't tell you what their name is, but if you look at the credits, you can see where you can find them on any social media that we have out here, okay? Because there are a lot of places that are out there, and they really have some good stuff. But when you go out there and you look at you guys, you can see that you're very unique, okay, in what you do. And you, for young guys, you have a consciousness, like you said, what you rap about is like what goes on in the world, you know. So I got that quote a little messed up, but I got both of them kind of right on what I've seen of your music, that both of you, one thing is that when I first met you, and the first time that you were on the show a year ago, that really had me in awe was that I could understand what you guys were rapping about. You know, a lot of rappers are out here just rapping because they're trying to do it for the beat, and people really don't know what it is that they're saying, but they hooked on the beat or they're hooked on the hook, right?
Yeah.
Where you guys, when you talk, when you are performing, that I can actually understand what it is that you're talking about. I can understand that you're in tune with what's going on right now in America, in the world, you know, and that makes a difference because that's a different kind of message. Like you said, Malcolm X, you know, he had a message, you know, and he changed his message later on, but people still from the beginning until the end, they heard his message and they understood what he was talking about. And the world is back in that same place again. And the thing about it is that you're too young to know about it, and you're too young, but both of y'all are very wise. So what projects are you working on now?
Well, right now, we're working on a lot of things. We, aside from our solo tapes, we're also working on a third installment to a short film
I saw that
series that we started.
I like that too. I like that film that y'all did. It was funny. Where the person you had was you, but you were talking to you. Is that that the one you're talking about?
Oh, that's the Nick Sykes show that I came up with, but I'm talking about Crest Boys.
Oh, okay.
Crest Boys, the one, it's like 20 minutes long. There's a part 1 and a part 2.
Okay.
We're working on the third one now, and we're adding more of our music onto the third one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're working on that. But yes, for right now, you know, we're both working on our solo projects and even past that, because all we do is we just produce and produce and produce more music, and we see where we can put it.
Mm-hmm. And so, you know, what are you doing? You doing solo projects too with the videos?
Oh,
because he'll send me his, okay?
Yeah.
He'll send me stuff that y'all do together, but the little thing that I got just recently with the video, but you by yourself and you was your alter ego was in it. I thought that was cute. So, are you doing any of those kind of things?
Well, for me, I'm not really a videographer guy. I'm more, I mean, music videos, yeah. Mm-hmm. And like he said, yeah, we're doing like our own solo tapes, and then, well, I think in the future I might do my own show, you know. Mm-hmm. We'll see, whatever the future holds.
But sky's the limit for both of you guys because you're young enough to do anything you want, you know. I don't remember if I asked you this before, but do either one of y'all just sing?
Well, he laughs at my singing voice.
Oh, you there?
He calls it a singing voice. I call it a atrocity, but
okay, look.
Oh, man.
Like I said before, how I know how to act, like, because I've done theater. And when I was younger, I used to be in all these programs where I had to sing and dance. When I was younger, I'd be able to pull that off. Now I can make it seem like I'm singing, but to the actual person that's listening, they'll be like, wait, this man can't sing.
But I bet your mother and your father been clapping you on the whole time, haven't they?
I mean, that's what
still today, right?
Yeah. And people tell me like the other day, this girl told me, she said, Nick, the only thing you don't have is a singing voice. Like, that's the only thing. If you had the singing voice, you would just be
the stuff.
Yeah. So I'm just like, man.
But you know what? You could take voice lessons.
I've thought of that. I've thought of that, but you know, when the time is right. Because you know, right now, if I want a singing voice on anything that I have, then I would get an actual singer, because it actually sounds better.
Man, let's think about it. If he rapped and then you bust out a lyric in the middle of it, like Carmen and some chick was on. She sings, I don't know the name, but they were on television the other night, and she sings, and then Carmen came out and he rapped, okay? So just imagine if you sang, and then Dre comes out, and he comes out with a rap in between, you know what I mean? They're not looking for that. That's like, they're looking for these women out here, you understand what I'm saying? But just think about if you did that, because they're so used to you, you know, rapping or the word, you know. But then y'all break out and he sings, I mean, without you busting out laughing. But just imagine. I mean, everybody has to have a gimmick.
I know, but like I said, I could pull it off, but at the same time,
We don't want you to pull it off. We want you to be able to Want you to be able to sing.
Because
he said you ain't gonna make him look bad.
Because we want anything we do to be
perfect.
Like we want it to be the best it could be, and like, cause a song that we did over a year ago. Originally, I was doing the chorus, and this is when he started laughing at me because I was trying to do something. I wasn't trying to sing, but I was trying to do
Oh, you were trying to sing. You were trying to sing.
Well, I was doing something. I was like, because I had to make it right for the beat. But then listening to my verse and his verse, I'm like, okay, we need a singer on this, because that singer would complete it. Like, so I already had the lyrics and like, you know, how they would sing down. All we need is the voice. So that's why, like, I wouldn't necessarily always have me, or we wouldn't even do a singing part if we can't, because if we know somebody that can do it better than us, then why not take advantage of that?
So, okay, so here's the thing, that, yeah, because you know that you're trying to do something different, and I was just saying, you know, it's a gimmick that, because most of the time they do have a featured artist to come in and sing, the rappers do, somebody that can really sing. You know, Carmen does a little bit of everything. He not only does he star in films, okay, but he also sings and he raps, and you know, he does a lot of different things. So that's what I was just saying. I mean, if you already know how to, from when you were younger, it's amazing on how people got started when you go back and you ask them, what did you do? Yeah. Oh, I used to be on stage and I used to do skits and plays when I was in elementary school and for church and whatever, you know what I mean? You said, for real? You know, and you trying to say, for real? How did he get over all that time, right? Yeah. So you're always so quiet though, Dre, so tell me something, you know, because you express yourself so well, you know, both of you do when you're out there, you know, spitting rhymes and, you know, doing those kind of things. But when you're in front of me, you're always so quiet.
I mean, I've been like this my whole life. I've been a very quiet person because it's just who I am. Like, I'm more observant when I'm quiet. So I get like, but other than that, when it comes to like writing and rapping, it's like, I'm loud and I enjoy it because I get to say what's on my mind whenever. Because like, a lot of things make me angry, but I don't show it, and I'm actually really calm.
Right.
And so people don't know, but then once I rap, they be like, man, this man must really be mad about something. Like, I'm like, yeah.
That piece that you guys did, acapella, I thought that was different. I mean, I guess some people call it the word that go out here and they don't use music behind it. I guess they're calling that the word. That's why I call y'all artists, because y'all do so many different things. But I thought that it was very special because your topic was about what that you were talking about when you did your piece in acapella.
It was about many things. I called it Honestly Fed Up because it's me basically like, not a specific thing, it's me basically channeling like, I'm mad, so what do I think about while I'm mad? And those things came out in the acapella. So it's like, it went from this subject to that subject to that subject, but it all had like a theme. Like, these things,
they're connected.
They're all connected. And some of them is like, some of the things that I spoke about, some of them aren't even wrong. Like, they're not wrong things, but they're the things that I kind of feel a certain way about. So that's how I came up with the whole concept of the acapella. And I call it Honestly Fed Up, since my solo tape, The Honest, that's what I'm calling it. So I might as well just call it that.
And so yours was?
Mine was about basically my entire high school experience, all the things I've seen and been through in high school, and I just fortunately had to put it out there.
You let them have it, but I didn't know you was talking about the people in high school. I just thought you were talking about people, period. But I mean, I think you kind of like, because Siren, okay, because it reminded me of Siren when you were talking about the piece that they want to talk about my rhyme is lame. Was that one on yours? Or was it on yours? Yeah, one piece, I'm trying to remember, but it says about people try to say that my rhyme is lame and it's slow, but I can't even understand what you said when you're talking or something like that.
Oh, I think it was Siren. He calls himself Randy now, but I think it was Siren that did that.
Yeah, Siren went through some name changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, but I'm just talking about, but every time that he would go on the talent show that y'all had at school, they would boo him and everything, except for the last year he won the talent show this last time, just before he graduated, which I thought was so awesome that he was able, but he did change his name a few times. And so what he's calling himself now?
Randy.
Randy?
Like
R-A-N and a big D.
Like
Randy.
Just Randy. Well, it's just clever because nobody else uses it, but
right.
you know, it's like they're gonna call him. People are gonna basically assume it's just Randy.
Right.
It's kind of.
But if he keeps changing his name, people are not gonna be able to keep up with what the music and stuff that he's doing. No. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just a change in life. So I guess as he matures, that he wants to change his name, but people not gonna remember who he was from when he started out, because I couldn't understand why you guys didn't win talent shows, or he didn't win them, because I thought that you were good. You know what I mean? And I just couldn't understand why y'all were having such a hard time at this particular high school.
Oh, we didn't all go to the same high school.
Oh, y'all don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
He went to Suitland High School, and the reason I could say he had a hard time is because most people at our age group, they want to hear a certain thing.
Like everybody else.
Yeah, and they claim, like I said in the acapella, y'all claim y'all want something different, but as soon as y'all get it, y'all dismiss it.
Right.
So they see Randall up there doing this thing like, okay, I've never heard music like this before. It sounds good, but I'm gonna look weird if I'm cranking to it. So I'm gonna boo him instead of cheer him on. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that people.
That's what you call haters.
Exactly. And it's also peer pressure too. And the one thing about the DMV that's crazy is that people don't really mess with you. They don't support you until they see other people supporting you.
Right.
Like, for instance, local rapper Q the Fool. I mean, he has a good buzz in the city, but now more people are on him. Why? Because Wale bought him out at the Fillmore. Oh,
okay. Right.
Like, y'all didn't care about him before?
Right.
And that's kind of crazy.
Right, but that's D.C. That's the metro area for you. You know, I mean, it's not new. It's always been. That's why sometimes we have a hard time of getting artists to come perform here, period, because they don't get the support that they get from other cities. And then we don't support the artists until they get big. Because Oprah was over there in Baltimore. She was a newscaster over there. I mean, you know, but they used to talk about her like a dog. They used to talk about how she looked. They talked about her hair. They talked about her face. They talked about her weight. I mean, they just talked about her terribly. But look who she can laugh at today.
Exactly.
All them haters, okay? So without haters, sometimes you can't make it. So be glad you got haters, okay? Because if you got a hater, it makes you do what you need to do, and then you know you're doing something right. Now, just think about that. A hater. I got a hater. Remember, I got a group of haters. I know I'm doing something right, okay? Because they mad for no reason, you know, and they hating on you for no reason. And that's because, one, they probably really don't have the skill set that you have. Two, they don't have the looks that y'all have, because both of y'all are two handsome young men. And I don't want to hear this thing on saying I was hitting on these young men. I'm just saying, okay? They got the look that they need, you know, to be out there performing, to get the crowd that you want. I mean, you know, I don't understand how. It was one rapper that I was talking to, and I was saying to him, man, you know, you're too handsome to be wearing that grill, you know, because I can't understand the grill thing. Please explain to me what that grill thing is.
It's just I think everybody just they get it from Lil Wayne, honestly. Because as far as
look at Lil Wayne though.
Yeah,
Lil Wayne's
okay. Yeah, exactly. Everybody else, they overdo it.
But Lil Wayne did something so that he would draw attention to himself.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe, and Lil Wayne, I love you, but I think that if he didn't do a gimmick, that was his gimmick. That was the thing that he needed to make people pay attention to him. And like you said, I mean, he's gotten better. When he first started out too, he was overdoing it, but now he's learned how to tone it down, but I guess because he's gotten older.
Yeah. So
he does, and I guess as he got older, he saw how simple he looked, so he got, and I love you to death, he's gotten better with his grill than some of these people that are now starting to do what they saw him do. you know, but he's beyond that, you know. I mean, I just think it takes away from, I think it takes away from your talent, your gift that you have, when you have to do to the extreme, you know, something to make you not look the God-given gift that God has given to you, you know, the who you are, you know what I mean? And I guess because maybe it's the age group that I come from, because I could never get with the grills. And when I saw a girl with them, oh my God, for real, you know, so I just think that people, if you go with what God gave to you, you can't go wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, you got that baby face look, okay? You got that Dre look. I mean, somebody probably told you that you look just like Dre. You know, when they pull his picture, I'm quite sure you heard that, haven't you?
I hear everything.
Yeah,
honestly.
you know, and so, you know, so both of you got a look that you have that you can use it to your advantage instead of your disadvantage. You know what I mean? You don't need to put that, I'm just saying right now, you don't need to put that stuff in your mind.
Well, I'm not gonna lie.
You tried it?
Nah, there's been many times where if somebody that hasn't heard my music or doesn't know who I am, when they find out that I do music, they say, oh, and they've already made an assumption about what my music sounds like.
Right.
You know, young black man, dreadlocks, tattoo. Like they automatically think, oh, what's your music about? And is it about that trap stuff? And not.
Yeah, because somebody explained to me what trap music was. What y'all told me what trap music was. Somebody, one of the groups that I had on last year, had to explain to me what trap music was, and I would never put you in that trap group category. Never. If I were to look at you based on what they tell me what trap music is, I would never think that that's the environment that you came from.
And you know, most people, yeah, I appreciate that. And here's the thing, most trap artists, there's nothing wrong with them because I'm not gonna knock anybody off of their hustle, you know. If you out here and you're making music, if it's good or bad, if you're putting your voice over a beat and a mic anywhere and you're putting it out there, I respect that. If you put anything out, I respect it because now whatever you did is vulnerable to anybody's opinion. So, and there's actually some trap artists that actually sound good, and I'm not gonna lie, some of them I may listen to because some of them sound good. Like I said, like James Brown said, if it sound good, then it's music. So what's the issue? But there's some people out here that it's like, okay, it's obvious. This isn't what you need to be doing.
But you know, it's not so much that, I'm not saying that the artist that's doing the trap music, that the music doesn't sound good, but it's the connotation that it has behind it, where trap music comes from. And maybe I misunderstood because I've had two different people explain to me, about trap music, and they said that trap music is usually those people that come from the hood that got a hustle going on with drugs and stuff, and that's what they talk about.
That's one way to put it.
Is that right?
Some of these people doing trap music is just some regular people that wants to put on.
Did all that.
Know nothing about it.
Know nothing about it. They want to show people, oh yeah, I got this, I got that, I do this, this, and that.
Right.
But for they ain't even about any of that.
Right.
So that's also a bigger danger within trap music. Like, and most, you know, like I said, the people that really are into that stuff, they say don't act like you are, because if you really was, you wouldn't want to be in this stuff.
Right.
So,
Right.
a real, like how they say, real gangsters move in silence. And like Eddie Griffin said, how could you be a gangster rapper? That's an oxymoron.
Right.
If you a gangster, you're quiet. If you're a rapper, you talk too much. So how are you a gangster rapper? You know what I'm saying?
And so that's the same way that, you know, that's why I look at, you know, people that put themselves in that trap music category. And I'm not knocking you guys, you know, because you do what you got to do to make yourself, you know, popular to the people. But like you said, if you're not, that's dangerous, because if you out there in a club somewhere and somebody think this is what you do, you understand what I'm saying? You set yourself up to get shot, you understand? Or somebody to bump into you and look and see what you're going to say back to them, you know? And so sometimes it's not necessary if you already got that gift and that talent and you're able to express what you feel. Like you said, you got that acapella piece that you did. You just let everybody for the whole time you was in high school have it. But you didn't say it specifically. That's who the audience was. But I knew you was mad at somebody. I just didn't know who it was. Okay, you know.
Yeah.
And like you said, those things that you did in the acapella piece, you know, it connected. You know, each piece, even though it was a different piece, it all connected. So it came together as an artist would be able to put it together. And so I say that you guys do very well, and they're getting ready to tell us that we have to say goodnight, but you know, it was a joy for you guys to be my first guest for 2018. It's good to look at the things that you have out there. Please look at the credits. So at the credits that you can see where you can find these two young men, because they work together and they do separate work as well. And not only that, they have skits that are out there and they're really, really funny. So just go out there and look for them, look at all their social media and support them, because they are from the DMV and they're young people, and you know, we just don't support people like we should here in this city, and we should try to support. So tell them what your next, we're gonna wrap it up. What is the next thing that you're doing next?
The Honest mixtape.
Okay.
It's a mix. I'm doing a mixtape called X Marks the Spot.
Okay.
So it pretty much just goes in with my name.
Okay.
X Marks the Spot. So,
Okay. And so we should look for these things when?
SoundCloud, possibly Spinrilla.
Okay. I'm talking about like within the next few months, within the spring.
I say spring.
It's spring.
Yeah.
We should look for them in the spring.
Soon.
Soon, spring. Okay, got you. So look, well, I just want you guys to say good night. You know, look at this camera right here and tell everybody good night, because it's time for us to wrap. And I thank you two guys, Nick and Dre, you know, Dre X, for coming out and being my first guest for the year. And so Let's Talk with Paula says thank you, and I look forward to next time y'all gonna be rapping.
All right.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
About it.
All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a clap.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Good
us.
night.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, bro. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet. I just...
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.